you can only learn so much, and then it turns into the ability to like understand it. Like you can read, there's a book on breathing 1,000 times over. The society is going to decide whether or not the book is popular or not, but that doesn't mean that there's like other books that aren't epic as well. But at the end of the day, they're talking about inhaling and exhaling, and then all these things that happen in between that. So now it's like your ability to grab a hold of something that you can understand, retain, and then kind of conceptualize is the key. So I would actually rather spend more time with these off in the woods and go, okay, hey, Stu just told me this today, and I'm going to literally just digest that for the weekend, and that's fine, and it because self-improvement is great. I definitely love it. Obviously, that's a huge part of what we do, but you can get also like addicted to improvement and addicted to achievement, and then it becomes such a rush or an urgency to learn that you just keep speeding through things, never actually understanding things. And we've touched on a doctor or a chiropractor or whatever. We've touched on that field. It's kind of like someone who reads a book for 10 years and gets a bunch of diplomas, but then when they have to coach you, they just talk so much at this level of things they've read, and the person's just like, what just happened? Nothing happened. So there's no growth, And so, yeah, I agree with that tremendously. And that's sort of how I've been living in nature for years. And if you really just narrow it down, it's not very new to the human species to live the way that we live. So I looked at that and I was like, well, I want to start understanding that. And now if you're going to talk to people in our line of work, if I'm going to tell a professional athlete, we're going to train, and the whole time you're not going to have your shoes on and you're going to be outside and you're going to be sitting in cold tubs and we're going to be doing this, you have to have some background to it. Like people want to have that. So it's not that. I always tell people, when you look at science, when you look at metrics, when you look at heart rate monitors, you look at all the technology, use that, and then we'll use nature to enhance that. And then the second that you see yourself improve, like if you do nasal breathing workouts and do that for a month or two, you're going to see things change. So now all of a sudden we can measure that. Now, once you see that, I need you to start weaning yourself off of technology so that you can understand nature again. You can understand, like the movie The Revenant, where you can feel your body and your physiology, your biology, and go, I'm in the cold. This is tripping me out. All right, well, then something's off here. Either my vagus nerve, my gut, my something, my sleep, something's off. And now you actually have the Oura ring without the Oura ring. And now you actually have the heart rate without the heart rate.
But it's definitely something that I've kind of, adapted and gotten better with over time is kind of, communicating with the client when they come in, seeing how they feel, and then coming up with something, a game plan for that day.
For sure.
at that moment. Oh shit! Sometimes it'll change in the middle of the workout too.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely someone who, like, whenever I go in the gym, the second I start warming up, I'm like, okay, we're here. I'm gonna get after it, and then I might get halfway through and be like, oh. We don't got it.
Yeah.
We don't, you know what I mean? Like I need to adjust
sure.
because this is going to, one, might ruin the rest of my day. And two, like I'm going to have, then I might as well cut this, the intensity a little bit here so I can be better tomorrow and have a better workout tomorrow.
Yeah. And it goes back. I mean, that's the concept of grounding. Like it's the concept of the whole, everything is everything, right? If you don't adapt in the gym, then you did not do good in the gym. Like you did not improve. So, I mean, if you can't figure that out in the halfway through your workout, that I'm just, okay, so I have 30 minutes left. I'm already mega stressed or I'm not feeling it. And I'm going to go give myself 30 more minutes of load and just add stress on stress. Then you're just banged up. You're not going to adapt. I had a guy
counterproductive.
Yeah. I had a guy who is a very high level hockey player. He had one of the coolest lines he said to me 3 weeks ago. And I haven't even told him of how much I thought this was cool, but I was driving home thinking like, man, that was a cool line. He was like, hey, do you think I should do movement today? I'm not really feeling it. And I was like, well, do you think you need to do movement today? And he goes, well, I mean, 5 years ago when I was in the league, I would have done it because it was on my program. And he goes, and no, I'm not going to do it today because I don't think that would make me better. And I'm also not going to feel bad about it tonight when I don't do the movement. And I just was like, and I was like, yeah, and I was coach mode. So I think, and I think that's a good move. I think that's a good move.
Yeah.